Hey, it's Patrick, and today let's talk about NGK Spark Plugs. Now, NGK has been around for 80 years making spark plugs, and to me, they are the standard in the spark plug game. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. OEMs all over the place use NGKs as the standard plug in their vehicle. And because of that, there is a ton of availability. No matter what type of motorcycle you have, NGK not only makes a plug for it, they probably make a range of plugs for it. And those plugs are gonna vary in price from $4 to about $15 per plug, depending on what plug you're using. Now, let's get into that a little bit. We have 4 different plugs here on the table. And first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the base construction, what they all have in common, and then we'll get into kind of what sets them apart. They all run a 98% copper core, and that's important for heat dissipation. Those plugs are in kind of the worst environment on a motor, absorbing the most heat because they're stuck right in the combustion chamber. And to keep them efficient, you need to keep them cooled off. That copper core helps with that. Next, the cold rolled construction of the threads is important. And that's because you definitely do not want to get a spark plug stuck in a cylinder head. If you're using something that's cheaper, it might have a burr or a nick on it, and that may actually cross thread that hole into your cylinder head. And I've actually been down that road before. It's terrible. It results in a very expensive fix to your cylinder head. So that cold rolled construction with its corrosion resistance is really, really important. If you got a plug that's been in a head for a long time, you don't want it to get corroded and stuck in there. That's real important, at least to me as a mechanic, having that construction on those threads. Next, there's an aluminosilicate ceramic that actually hooks onto the plug wire. And that's important because of insulation. We want that to be really, really insulated. When the signal comes down that spark plug wire and hits the end of the tip on your spark plug, you want that ceramic coating to insulate it as much as possible because you don't want any energy loss. You want all the energy going right on through into your engine, and that ceramic material is going to keep that insulated, and it's going to keep the energy traveling in the direction you want. Now, our base plug, which is the standard yellow box NGK plug there, that's the construction of that plug combined with a nickel alloy electrode. And for most people, that plug is going to perform just perfectly. It's a really, really solid plug. But if you're looking for a little bit more, we'll start moving up. And as we move up, we're basically gonna get 2 things. We're gonna get an increase in price, and we're gonna get an increase in efficiency. Basically, spark plugs are all about igniting fuel in the combustion chamber. And like the quicker, faster, with the hottest flame, you could ignite that. You're gonna get a more efficient combustion in your engine. You're gonna get more power. You're gonna get more fuel efficiency. So the next one is called the V-Power plug. And basically what that means is it's got a V-cut in the firing electrode. All the construction's the same as the standard yellow box, but you're getting that V-cut in there. And what that does is that makes that flame or that spark that shoots out the end of the spark plug widen out. It gives it a nice fan out. So you want that to be as kind of wide as possible in that combustion chamber to light all that fuel at the same time. And that V shape really helps that. Now we're gonna move up into the Iridiums. So the Iridium is a much more durable material. It's also more expensive, but it enables you to run that really fine firing electrode tip on there. Now it also has a tapered ground electrode on it, meaning it's really gonna fan that spark out. It's gonna be a really hot spark, and you're gonna get a nice wide spark. Again, increasing efficiency there is the name of the game. Now, the laser Iridium is kind of the best of both worlds. Think of it as that Iridium plug. You have that fine wire electrode, you have that tapered ground electrode, but you're also going to get a platinum coating on the ground electrode, which results in better longevity. So it is kind of top of the heap. You're gonna get really good performance and really good longevity. Now, with both the Iridium setups, you're gonna be able to select a heat range. If you're just putting these plugs back in your stock motor, you probably don't need to worry too much about this. But if you're gonna build a hot rod, put a cam in something, upgrade compression, or add a power adder like nitrous or turbo, the ability to adjust heat ranges with your plug is very, very helpful in longevity of your engine. Now, as far as installation, that's basically gonna depend on what type of motorcycle you have. If you have a Harley Davidson with a spark plug just stuck right in the side of the head, super easy. You can do it on the side of the road with basically a hand tool that you could put on your keychain. If you have something like a ZX10 or maybe a ZX12, speaking from personal experience here, where it kind of covers the old ZX12s at the frame that came over the top of the motor, it's gonna be much more difficult to get in there. So make sure you check out those service manuals when it comes to swapping out your plugs, and you'll be set up and on the road in no time. If you have any more questions, feel free to hit the info tab on your desktop or mobile device. That's going to take you to the product detail page where you can read other riders' reviews and more specifications about these spark plugs. If you still have questions, feel free to reach out to our customer service team. They would love to talk to you about what works best for you, your motorcycle, budget, and riding style. I'm Patrick. Thank you for watching. Go work on those motorcycles.